Hi there, students. I had a request to make a video about the meaning or the meanings of the preposition onto. Okay, we can use onto in various different ways. Firstly, we use it to talk about movement to a surface. Okay, so you put something onto a surface. He put the plate onto the table. He put his hand onto her cheek. I put my things onto the bed. Okay, I put the ointment onto my finger. So it's something that goes onto a surface. You can also use this onto when somebody moves to a place or an area that they move about in. So I stepped out of my house onto the street. The players came out of the changing rooms and came onto the field. When you reach the traffic lights, turn left onto Sims Road. Okay, so entering a place that you can move about in. Okay, now we can also very often use onto to talk about light, the place where light is shining or where somebody is looking, the direction. So the sun was shining onto the lake. Yeah, the sun was shining onto my face. The window looks onto the park. Yeah, it has a view onto Hyde Park. Okay, so onto, looking at, shining at. Could you shine the torch onto the map so that I can see it? Okay, you can use as well this onto to introduce a place that you come to when you've left somewhere else. I'm thinking about that example I used earlier of when you come to the lights, turn onto the Sims Road. But let's see, the door opened onto a hallway. Okay, so the doors opened onto the garden. The garden backs onto a beautiful wood. Okay, so it's the place that you come to when something finishes, when you leave another, and they are adjacent. Yeah, it backs onto the park. Okay, onto is next door to. Let's see, if you move your body, you move the position, then you use onto to talk about the part of your body that's supporting you. I was lying in bed and I turned onto my back. I stood up and moved my weight onto my feet. He went down onto his knees. Okay, so another one. To get onto a vehicle, you enter in order to travel. So he got onto the plane. He got onto the bus. He got onto the train. Okay, the person got onto his bicycle and cycled away. Okay, we also use this onto with verbs about hold, to grip, to cling. So the child was clinging onto its mother's hand. the mirror was held onto the wall by screws. The screws held the mirror onto the wall. I had to cling onto the banister of the stairs, the rail going up. I had to rail going up the stairs. I had to hang on to the banister to stop myself from falling. Okay, now when people are talking, when you change subjects, you can get onto another subject, to get onto a different subject. Let's go on to something different. We ought to get on to the things that we should be talking about. Let's move on to the next subject. Okay, now we can use onto as well to include something in a list or a system. So please would you put my name onto the list. This product came onto the market last year. We will go onto the new system. Okay, so it's like this change from going one thing onto the next. Now, if you are aware of something or you discover something, yeah, you are onto it. This is now more a phrasal verb. I'm onto you. I know what you're doing. I know about your plan. I'm onto your deception. Yeah. I knew we were onto something big. We were onto something important. Okay. I am definitely onto a money winner here. Okay, so I've found it. I've discovered it. I'm aware of it. Yeah. So in this way as well, if somebody is onto you, they have discovered something that you're doing that is illegal, something that is wrong. Yeah. Originally I was just suspicious, but now I'm onto him. Yeah. Your wife is onto you, so you're going to have to do something about it. The police were onto him, and it was only a matter of time before he was arrested. Okay, so onto. But the main meaning, to show movement into or on a particular place. He walked onto the platform. The boxes were loaded onto the truck. Yeah, to change subject, to change to. How did we get onto this subject? Yeah, we need to move on to the next thing. Hang on to something, keep holding it, keep gripping it. To be onto something, to know about something that could be useful for you. I'm onto a brilliant money-making scheme. To be onto something bad that somebody's done. I'm onto you. That somebody put the police onto you. Also onto, to get in communication with somebody. I must get onto the builder to do something about this roof. My mum was getting on to me about not doing my homework. She was talking to me, complaining to me. So to get on to somebody, to complain to them, or to ask them to do something. Okay, when you add something or join something, this has been added onto the list. My name has been put onto the committee. I've been downloading programs onto my computer. Now, another good question, are all of these ontos necessary? In many cases, you don't have to use onto. It's you can use on with the same meaning. So I put it onto the table. You can just say I put it on the table as well. Both are reasonable. It fell onto the floor. It fell on the floor. I put some cream onto my hand. I put it on my hand. He poured ketchup onto his chips. He poured ketchup on his chips. Let's see, when we're using verbs of movement, when you're climbing or lifting, you need to use onto rather than on. He climbed onto his knees. Yeah, I helped him onto the bed, not I helped him on the bed. Where there's movement, you really do need an onto as well. Okay, so onto is quite a wide subject, yeah. Okay, so onto movement to a place, yeah, movement to a surface, and then to be aware of. I'm onto you, yeah. The thought police are onto you. The grammar police will be onto you. So I hope that's helped you. That's a huge variety of different meanings. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Onto.